What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 4 battle for the BBL. Today we're facing off against Sparks the God, coach of the Puffy Pachirisu, in a game that is very important because we could go to 2-2. Now I'm getting this video up a little bit late. I usually upload my videos at noon on Mondays for BBL, but I'm recording this at 1:16 p.m. right now. That's because I just moved. My move is complete. I am now in a, well, unknown location, I guess we'll say, for now until I get everything completely set up. But it's gonna be tons of fun. I have an apartment with my beautiful girlfriend, and we are prepared to, well, start living together, which is amazing. But that also means that I have my own internet, which is super fast. We actually have a very good internet, which is amazing, which means I can start streaming eventually. The plan right now is to one, get a better microphone. That's plan number one. I'm going to be getting an Elgato, so I will be able to stream games off of my Switch, maybe like something like Smash, maybe something like Sword and Shield when it comes out. And then eventually I'm going to be getting an actual PC, because right now I'm still using my laptop, but the PC is the plan once I can save up the money for that, because rent is kind of expensive. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. It's been tons of fun, but the move-in was long and stressful, and I just didn't have the time to have the battle recorded. And partly because it's a really long battle. You're going to see this should be a long video, so just enjoy it, speed up the video if you need to, but make sure to leave a like on the video, and of course subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I saw we just recently passed 650 subscribers, which is fantastic, and yeah, let's just go ahead and we'll, I guess, jump right into it. So to start off, like I said, we are playing against the Puffy Pachirisu, and they have a team of Rayquaza, Excadrill, Tapu Lele, Ribombee, Milotic, Golbat, Solrock, Mega Tyranitar, Gengar, and Pachirisu. And they brought a team that I did not expect at all. I expected Mega T-Tar, did not come. I expected the Lele, did not come. I expected the Excadrill, did not come. I kind of expected him to bring Rayquaza, those three that I mentioned before, Milotic, and Golbat. Instead, he actually goes with Solrock and Pachirisu. And Gengar, I guess, was a little bit, he could have brought that too, but yeah, it's fair that he brought it. But the Solrock and the Pachirisu was interesting, but I understand why he did it. His immunities to Rock are his Golbat, his Rayquaza, and his Solrock. And I'm running a little bit of a spicy tech on my Groudon here this week, which could be very good or very bad, depending on the amount of flyers that he has. But he brought all three, which makes things very difficult with the set I brought, so I kind of wish I brought a different set. But you guys will see anyways. Now, the team that we have is Primal Groudon, Tapu Bulu, Thundurus Eye, Bronzong, Umbreon, Frostlass, Kadabra, which is the mon I made a transaction for, Hitmonlee, Marini, and Volbeat. Yeah, Kadabra's on our team now. The reason I dropped it was, what is that I dropped? I'm trying to remember what I dropped. If I can go back to it. Golduck. I dropped Golduck for it because Golduck just wasn't coming to games. It just wasn't going to. Kadabra is a mon with 105 base speed, 120 special attack with Magic Guard, so I can run a Sash on it. Or if it has a great offensive matchup, I can just put a Life Orb on it and have Life Orb Magic Guard do tons of work. And it's just going to be such an amazing mon for us to use. I think it can be really niche and kind of really cool text like Sash counter is going to be amazing. I can just always live a hit, counter, and just obliterate something. That's a little cup tech, and I think it's also a tech on some Alakazams in Overused or in Ubers or something. But anyways, that's our team. Let's go ahead and jump into the team that we are bringing to this battle. So to start off, we have our Primal Groudon, which is obviously the mon that I'm leading off with pretty much in every single one of my builds. We are running a Jolly Natured with Precipice Blades, Smackdown, Rock Polish, and Substitute. This set is really cool because it forces my opponent into a tough spot pretty much every time. It sets up on my Milotic for free. We have speed for the Excadrill, attack to always 2 away max defense, max HP, leftovers, bold Milotic with Precipice Blades. So that's if he's running a bit of a special investment with Precipice Blades. If he's running a what is it called? A Flame Orb, then all we need is a crit and we get him down. And even then, we can just really kind of threaten him with a lot of our moves. He can't really break our sub anyways, which is fantastic. I'm running Smackdown because, again, Precipice Blades just destroys all his flyers. It destroys Rayquaza, it destroys Golbat, it destroys Solrock, so why not? Our HP is there to live 2 timid Gengar's Shadow Balls. We also live adamant non-boosting Rayquaza's Waterfall, and our sub is never broken by a Milotic's Ice Beam, so it's very important there as well, because if he's running a moveset, I'm thinking it's going to be something like Scald, Ice Beam, Toxic, and Recover. If not Ice Beam, I don't know, honestly I can't really think, maybe Haze, but that's honestly all I can think of. Anyways, our next mon is going to be our Hitmonlee. Here we have speed for Mega T-Tar. At +2, I outspeed Scarf everything except for Ribombee. I will outspeed it though if it's creeping my Thundurus Eye. Would be like if he decides to creep my Thundy Eye with his Ribombee, I have enough speed for that. Our coverage hits everything, and at +1 we our +1 defense, I always live a non-boosting Adamant Ice Drills Earthquake. This is a very important set. It is the White Herb set this week with Curse, Poison Jab, Close Combat, and Stone Edge. Maybe not the best set in the world because it's going to be tough to get off a Curse, but if I do get that Curse off, it's GG, which is fantastic. Curse, Poison Jab, Stone Edge, and Close Combat, like I said before. Our next mon is going to be our Thundurus here with the Expert Belt, Hidden Power Ice, Super Power, Defog, and Thunderbolt. And this is a very good set. I think I had taken off Defog on this set. I think I wanted to put on Defog on this set, or what it was. But no, I didn't have it originally. I think I had Nastpod originally. But I went with Defog because I needed to have a way to get rid of potentially webs, which would have been very scary for me to deal with because of the Ribombee and his just fast mon. The Rayquaza under webs is absolutely terrifying, and I just felt like it was the best decision for me. Our next mon is going to be our Umbreon here. It has Foul Play, Wish, Heal Bell, and Baton Pass. We have enough defense investment to take 2 Jolly Dragon Ascents after our leftovers. Baton Pass is to take a hit if needed and then go into a breaker that we have. Maybe our what's it called? I'm trying to think of the name. My God, what is it? Our Hitmonlee or our Groudon, which would be very, very good here. Even our Thundurus to an extent, which is yeah, Thundurus. Like I said, I don't think I mentioned before, but has Speed for Gengar, Super Effective Coach for pretty much everything. So yeah, moving on though, we have our Bulu here, which is Koba Berry. It is Adamant Nature, Horn Leech, Superpower, Stone Edge, and Substitute. And I believe Bulu has Speed for Adamant, Mega T-Tar, Koba Berry, and the bulk to always live a Life Orb, Jolly Dragon Ascent from the Rayquaza. If he's Adamant, that's kind of messed up. He should not be because we have speed. Like he needs to outspeed a few things. So I assume he's going to be a Jolly Rayquaza. And yeah, we also have Attack to Oko, a Max HP Mega Tyranitar, unless we get the Mineral with Superpower, which is very nice here as well. And then our final mon is going to be Hemingway of the Bronzong. It is Aya Papa Berry. I'm just a mixed defensive set. I don't really have too much idea of what it was there for. It's a really good counter or check to the Lele, which is nice because we're running Aya Papa Berry with Gyro Ball, Stealth Rock, Psychic, and Recycle, which is very solid against my opponent, especially if we manage to get rid of the T-Tar, and in this case, the Gengar as well. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the battle because at this point, it's a long one, and we just gotta go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and lead off with my Bronzong here. I want to get up rocks as soon as I can. I want to really chip down his flyers. I want to chip down the Milotic. I want to chip down the Rayquaza, make it take 25%. And if anything, I expect him to lead off with maybe the Pachirisu or even the Soul Rock. So in comes my Bronzong Hemingway after, I can't remember who suggested it, but shout out to you in the comments if it was you. He leads off with the Rayquaza, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, he's probably going to Dragon Ascent here, predicting a switch. He might think I have V-Create, so I'm just going to, sorry, he might know I have he might know I know he has V-Create. And I just stay it in, but he actually stays in himself and goes for V-Create here, which just will obliterate us. And no more rocks first, which is absolutely terrible. The only thing with this, I just couldn't switch out into anything because nothing was going to take the hit. I did not expect him to lead off with Rayquaza right away. It just was not at all on my radar. And he ends up being a Life Orb, which is very scary because if he is running a Waterfall or the Surf, which he probably will be, he'll be able to obliterate my my Groudon. So in comes my Thundurus here. I'm going to be able to fire off a Hidden Power Ice, trying to freak him out, scare him out of his Rayquaza, as he's going to be able to go into Pico, which is his Pachirisu. And from this damage that I'm going to do here with the Hidden Power Ice, I'm assuming he's going to be Assault Vest, because look at this damage. It's nothing. He's probably going to be Assault Vest. He's probably Max HP, Max Special Defense. I'm going to go for a Superpower now because this thing doesn't get any recovery. Sorry about that, but like I said, Superpower comes out because I need to get rid of this. My HP is not that important on this set, and I need to get rid of this thing as soon as possible because it does have the Volt Absorb. As he's now going to go for the Super Fang. If I had gone for the Superpower before, I would have just fired off another one probably. But because of that, and I'm already at -1 defense, I just want to switch out and potentially get back in at neutral rather, and do tons of damage. So he's going to go for the Super Fang here on my Umbreon. It's going to do about half to me, which is obviously he's going to do half. But it's not the worst thing in the world because I do have the Wish. So I'm going to fire off a Wish right here as he's going to switch out, and I believe he's going to go into his Golbat. Now the Golbat kind of walls me pretty much entirely. He might have assumed I would have gone for the Toxic here, but Toxic obviously is going to do nothing. Actually, I fired off the Foul Play to try and lower the HP of the Pachirisu, but this Golbat is going to be a huge problem you're going to see. It's got crazy moves. It could run Taunt as well. It could run Roost. It's going to have probably maybe U-Turn or something. Super Fang as well as a possibility. It gets Infiltrator as well, which is something that's really, really bad. And I knew Infiltrator Golbat was going to be a problem, but yeah, I just couldn't really do much about it. So I'm going to go for the Wish here as he Toxics us. He's not affected by the Synchronize, which is obviously a problem because he's not going to have any form of recovery in terms of hazards for him. So I would have loved to probably T-Way this thing. It would have been fantastic, but I'm not running any status this week. And I'm going to go for a Baton Pass here. So he's going to go into Mavis, which is his Milotic. So in comes the mascot, and this thing is very scary. I don't know what set he wants to run. I'm going to go for the Baton Pass here, and I'm going to go hard into my Thundurus because Thundurus should scare this thing out, and I can go for Hidden Power Ice on potentially the Pachirisu coming back in. So I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt here as I'm thinking, you know what, he knows that. He's probably going to go for HP Ice. I'm going to go for the T-Bolt. It is my best play. It's going to wear it on my Milotic. I just need to get it weakened, especially because it's the Flame Orb set, which is a lot of hate for Primal Ground on his team. He brought a lot of that. But anyways, in comes Pico, which really sucks because it is going to be able to take this Thunderbolt, and it's going to be able to recover back some HP with the Volt Absorb, about 25%, which is not ideal. Anyways, I'm going to fire off my superpower here as he is going to be able to take this again pretty well. We are at neutral, so it's going to do maybe like 40-ish%, as it does just about 50 almost, I'd say. And I can fire off another superpower, and we'll be able to get the KO as he goes for a second Super Fang, and this will bring us down again to about half because we did get the recovery from the Wish. So I go for the superpower one more time, and goodbye to Pico, which is fantastic. Now, the only issue with this is, even at neutral, we would be in range of a Life Orb Jolly Extreme Speed from the Rayquaza, which is bad, obviously. So I'm not going to stay in with this thing because it gets Hidden Power Ice. I need to make sure I can potentially wish this thing back up. It's great against my Milotic. It's going to be able to fire up Hidden Power Ice, which is going to do 4 times super effective damage against the Rayquaza, which is fantastic. So because of that, I'm going to go into my Hitmonlee, and I'm going to make it take damage. So he goes for Extreme Speed, and obvious is we're going to live the hits, which is great. He's going to take another round of Life Orb damage. We're going to be able to fire off an attack, but he's going to kill us with the Extreme Speed again. So goodbye Hitmonlee. I felt like everything was more important. It would have been fantastic had I had my bronze on the ground, but obviously I'm not. Anyways, in comes Chicago, which is my Bulu here, and this is meant to scare him out with potentially being Scarfed. We also live a Life Orb Jolly Dragon Ascent, like I said, and I can go for Stone Edge. That is my play here. So I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. I kind of wish I'd gone for the Horn Leech here, predicting the switch, because that would have been amazing. But Stone Edge comes out, and I think we miss this, right? Yeah. No, we hit it, we connect it, so that's great, but we don't get crit, it does pitiful damage, and I'm going to be able to go for a Horn Leech here, except I don't think it's in my best interest to stay in, because I need to keep this thing as healthy as possible to live the Dragon Ascent from the Rayquaza. So I'm going to switch out, I'm going to go into my Groudon here, I believe. Or no, I go into my Umbreon, never mind, because this thing could have Toxic. I believe I'm going to go for like a Wish, and then I'm going to go for a Heal Bell or whatever, but he's actually going to double out, and he's going to go into Golbat now, which is a fair play. It's a good mid-round play, protecting against the Horn Leech, and yeah, so that's a good bring. Golbat and Crobat are such amazing brings. Poison Flying types are really solid against me, which is very scary, especially because they're just annoying mons in general. They have Infiltrator, and they wouldn't be that scary if they didn't have Infiltrator, but they do, and because of that, they're terrifying for me. He didn't go for the Sludge Bomb here, so going to do pitiful damage to me as I Heal Belled up the turn before. And I'm going to go for a Wish now. And, or no, I didn't Heal Bell up the turn before. I think I Heal Bell this turn or something. I don't even know anymore, honestly. This game was a long time ago. It actually was maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. It's been a while. It took a while for me to record. Yeah, it was definitely 2 weeks ago. Anyways, he's going to withdraw. He's going to switch out. I believe he's going to go into his Milotic here, as I'm going to go for yet another Baton Pass, and I'm going to get my Thundurus back to max HP, which is amazing because based on the damage... Oh, no, I don't go for the Baton Pass. What am I doing? I don't even know anymore. This game is so long ago. I just know it was a long, long one, so... Yeah, but anyways, I get back to full HP with the Wish there. The Heal Bell comes up, and we're no longer Toxic. Now I can go for, I believe, a Baton Pass or a Wish. It's one of the two, honestly. What do I do? He goes to Recover. He's going to take back HP from the burn. He's then going to recover it back from the terrain, as I'm going to take a sip of water. So the Wish will come out, and again, there's nothing really he can really do to my Thundurus here. And my plan is to just fire off a T-Bolt and wear this thing down. He won't be able to get the KO on me, which is amazing. So I'm just going to go for the Baton Pass as he fires off a Toxic. So at this point, I've learned 2 of its moves. I've learned Recover and I've learned Toxic. It's definitely going to have Scald, I'm assuming. And his last move, I don't really know. I really don't think it could be Ice Beam, which is bad. But if it is Ice Beam, that's fine with me because it's going to... If it is Ice Beam, that's fine with me because it's not going to break my Groudon sub, which is great. So I'm going to go into my Thundurus here, catch the Wish, and we're going to get back to full HP, as I can now fire off just a T-Bolt. There's no more immunity to electric type attacks, so I'm just going to fire off the T-Bolt here, as that ends up being a pretty good decision because you're going to see Thunderbolt will do a ton of damage to this thing. It's going to do what? He stays in, does 80%, but Mirror Coat. Phenomenal bring, did not expect it at all, but yeah, I kind of wish I'd gone for Superpower first. But that's huge. That's such a huge play because now I don't outspeed the Rayquaza anymore, and he can just run through my team. But in comes my Groudon here, and again, I make a kind of a dumb decision. I go for a sub here. My play should have been to go... Actually, a sub could have been fair. Sub was fine, but my play should have been to just KO this thing eventually. So I'm going to go for the substitute here, and I should then KO the Milotic next turn because I need to get rid of this thing as soon as possible. If it recovers up, it's going to be a pain to deal with. But I was thinking to myself, yeah, I can just beat this thing 1v1 with what is it called? Precipice Blades, but no, he goes for the Toxic. I'm going to go for the Rock Polish now, which is such a shitty decision, so I didn't want to reveal my tech of the Smackdown. So he's going to be able to recover back up here. And god damn, that's such a huge turn because, yeah, it was a dumb decision on my part. The reason I did that was because I didn't want him to just come back in. I didn't want the Rayquaza to come in and just outspeed me. I want to be able to get the KO on it with the Smackdown into the Precipice Blade. But in reality, Smackdown would do like 50% to it, and then we take Life Orb recoil from his attack, and you take Life Orb recoil from another attack, and we don't get the KO on this thing, and it lives on like 5%. And at this point in time, I just had to keep going for Precipice Blades and hope I get a crit or hope I get the KO. But you know what? Eventually I'm going to miss, and he can also switch out into one of his 3 ground immunities, which is exactly what he's going to do here as I go for the Rock Blast, or not the Rock Blast, the Precipice Blades, and he's going to go into his Golbat. And at this point in time, I have to reveal my my attack. I have to reveal my Smackdown. So I go for the Smackdown here, and he's going to be able to go for the Toxic, and because he's Infiltrator, he will go through my sub, and because he's a Poison type, he will always land. Just absolutely terrible here, because now something that should have been able to wall his entire team, just go for a game, a +2 ground behind the sub, it's just not able to do that anymore, which is god-awful. So I definitely messed up here. I dropped the ball. I probably should have been maybe Fire Punch over, what am I saying? Fire Punch over Rock Blast, or not Rock Blast, I keep saying Rock Blast, Smackdown. But yeah, you're gonna see here, I go for the Precipice Blades here, I go for Smackdown again actually, and Smackdown is going to do a ton of damage to this thing. So like, look at this. It has 50%. He's got 2, maybe 3 hits of Life Orb left, which is amazing. So I'm taking damage from Toxic now. We're at like 60%, and I'm gonna have to go for another Smackdown here, as he's gonna switch out because I'm gonna outspeed him, and he's gonna be able to go into Golbat Man, which is again the Golbat, and this is gonna do. It's going to do good damage to him here, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be very difficult for me to break this thing. I'm going to have to like a max roll here to get the KO here. I'm going to have to go for a Precipice Blades or whatever. So I'm going to go for the Precipice Blades here, I believe. And I'm just taking damage. I'm just taking damage, which is so bad. He's going to switch out again, and this is the issue with Toxic. He's going to just wear me down. And because he goes into Sunbaked, the Soul Rock here, Precipice Blades comes out, and Levitate will activate, and at this point in time, I have to switch out. And what makes this really bad is that he can set up rocks against me. I'm at 26 points of health. This game is getting close to just being over, and we have almost no shot to come back because I just didn't do my job, which is just kill the damn Milotic. I should have done that. Anyways, he's gonna go for the Stealth Rocks here. That's up. I can Heal Bell away the Toxic from my Groudon. I can recover up, and the good news is he's gonna have a really hard time breaking my Umbreon. He just is. He's gonna have to be like, sorry about that. Like I said, he's gonna be a Z-move Gengar to beat me. It's really weird recording an apartment building with people just walking in and out of their apartments all the time. Yeah, anyways, Heal Bell comes out. We are going to get rid of our poisoning on both of our Mons. And at this point in time, I can just kind of wish back up to my what is it called? I'm trying to think of the name of it. My Groudon. That's the only play I have. And again, I'm going to have to avoid being toxic. I'm going to avoid being like, but it's okay. I can figure this out. I know I can. It might come down to timer. And honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. This game does come down to timer. And it's a very close game, so you guys are going to have to stick around till the end. And I'm going to speed it up towards the end because it does go to timer, and that you guys don't deserve to see a lot of stall, which it does happen. So let's just go ahead and continue. So he's at under 50% with his Milotic, but he can just recover back his HP with the Heal Bell. But he just switches out, and he goes into Golbat Man, which is going to be his Golbat, obviously. And I'm Baton Pass now into, I believe I go into my Groudon again, I think, because I gone for the Wish, right? Yeah, I go into my Groudon here. We are going to live to hit some rocks, which is amazing. But it's not enough, honestly, because you're going to see, you get to half HP, but he can just Toxic us whenever he needs to. And yeah, so we get back to half HP here, and I can just go for a Smackdown this next turn. I obviously don't want to be Toxic though, so I can switch out. I'm going to go into, I believe, my Umbreon again. And Umbreon can kind of just eventually just wall this thing until I'll held him back. We are going to probably not be able to successfully wall because he's going to be wearing us down with Toxic. We're going to have to wear him down with Foul Play, which does nothing. So maybe if we get rid of his Roost, we can win the game, but he can just slow down the clock and go to timer. There's really not a lot we can do. He hasn't even revealed Roost yet, which is the scary thing. But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna pause it as well because I remember this turn I was actually thinking, not this turn, but the turn with my Groudon, I was actually thinking to myself, I cannot outspeed this thing. He's gonna have enough speed for my Groudon. He'll outspeed me and he'll get the Toxic on me. I should have gone for the Smackdown there. There's a lot of different moves I should have done that I just didn't go for. So it sucks. It sucks because at this point he's basically back to full, and we can just gotta go for a Wish and just recover back up. And honestly, guys, this video is 30 minutes long, the recording that I have, and I think we're at like minute 13. So it's gonna take a lot of speeding up. But when one thing happens, I'll know I can speed it up. But you guys see it's 5-3 right now. He's gonna switch out. He's back to basically full. He can just do whatever he needs. He goes into Rayquaza, and at this point in time, it's like, well, shit, what do we do? This thing is absolutely terrifying for me. I heal Bell up. I get to back to like max HP, and I believe I'm going to now go for the baton pass. I think after he's going to go for an attack for me, because I think he's going to go for the attack. We will. Right, he goes for the attack here and we'll baton pass out. No, he switched out, never mind, I'm incorrect here. But no, yeah, I forgot. The reason why he switched out is because he wouldn't KO me and a foul play would have obliterated him. So he needs to make sure that things around to deal with my Bulu, to deal a bit of extra damage. But he just goes into my Milotic here. It's going to take nothing from the foul play. It would have taken a bit more had he not been burnt, but he is burnt and it's just going to increase his defensive stats. It's not great, but Recover comes out. I can now, I believe, go for a Wish as I am counting down my wishes. I'm counting down his Roosts and Recovers and my Heal Bells and everything. And it's just, honestly, it's so hard to make an entertaining video when there's just stall. It's so difficult. So if you guys are here, if you guys are sticking around, shout out to you guys. You guys are the real MVPs. Just leave a like down below, or leave a leave a comment down below saying real MVP or something, and I'll make sure to leave a like on it, because you guys really are the real MVPs. Anyways, Golbat comes out again, foul play comes out, it's gonna do nothing, and he's gonna roost up and get back to full HP now for good. And it's just, oh god, he's got still 5 Mons left. This is insanity. My only option is to just potentially get another sweep going. That's the only option I have. So I'm gonna go into my my ground again. We are at under half with the rocks, but we get back to basically full now with the heal bell. So, or not heal bell, with the wish. So Desline comes out again. Again, I'm really regretting being Smackdown instead of being Fire Punch. It would have been great had I been Fire Punch. I think we could have done tons of damage to the Rayquaza, even with it not having a super effective move against it and only having a move that resists it. But Smackdown does like 40% of that thing. That's because we crit. Had we crit the last time, would have been great, but he's going to Toxic us. At this point, there's no reason for me to sub at all. Like, none. I just have to get up a Rock Polish to outspeed the Rayquaza, and I'm good. But I'm going to go for yet another, what is it called? I'm trying to think of the name of it. What is it? Smackdown. I'm trying to go for that again. But he goes into Sunbaked here, which is going to be his Soul Rock. There we go. Which is like the least. I did not expect this thing to come at all. And I'm going to go for a Precipice Blades here. I kind of have to risk it at this point. If I get the KO on this thing, it may be manageable to bring it down differential, which is great. It'll obviously bring down differential. He won't, instead of getting 5 kills, he'll have 4. So I'm going to go for the Precipice Blades here. I said, actually switch out. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. And yeah, in comes Celine the Umbreon. As again, I think he's going to go for a Toxic here, or maybe a Fire move. What does he do? He switches out. Never mind. So he just switches out and he goes into Mavis the Milotic. So it would have been nice to get off damage on this thing, but we would have dropped to the next round of Toxic, and he could just recover it up when we switched out. So it really was no point. So again, at this point, best decision is just play the long game, heal up, wish, recover, do all that kind of stuff. And I just want to speed it up for you guys so badly, but it's not the time yet. But you know what? I think I might speed up just a little bit, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to speed up by 2, so Wish comes out, and he is going to be able to just recover up as much as he needs to against me. We're back to full. I can just Baton Pass, or I can go for the Heal Bell. So I'm going to go for I believe I go for the Baton Pass here, right? Or do I Heal Bell first? I Heal Bell first. So I don't know why I went for the Wish there. I honestly don't know. I think it was maybe just to try and scout, see what he wants to do, if he wants to switch out to Rayquaza or whatnot. But he's going to go for the Roost here, get back to full. I'm going to go for yet another Wish here, as, again, I think I'm now down to like 10 wishes maybe. I'm running out of them, and at this point we're like, the turns are trying to take a while. Like, I'm starting to like elongate the game a little bit, trying to lower the diff. Instead of being a 5-0, it could be like a 5-2, which means, or 5-3, which means instead of losing 5 points of diff, I'll lose only 3 points of diff, or 2 points of diff, or whatnot. But yeah, we get the Wish back. We're back to good amount of HP. I'm going to go for the Smackdown here, as this is where I find out that I outspeed him, which is a very, very big turn for me, as he's going to go for the Toxic. And that also means that I can't catch him on the Roost. It just means it's not possible anymore. So I'm going to get poisoned by the Toxic, obviously. I'm going to go for yet another Smackdown here, as I'm now, I believe, going to go for the, what is it called? For the, I'm trying to think of the name, the Precipice Blades. So I think I do that here, because he can't afford things getting more damage. So I'm going to go for the Precipice Blades, and we catch the Soul Rock, and goodbye Soul Rock. So thank God we finally get something going for us. It's just a point in our favor. It's just a prediction that we got right. A 50-50 done right. Thank God. But in comes Rayquaza, which will outspeed me. Damn it. I'm going to switch out now, and I'm going to go into, I believe, my Bulu here. Now, Bulu will take rocks, which means I don't think I can take the Dragon Ascent, which is very scary. It's not good. But luckily for us, he does go for the Dragon Ascent. He pops the Colby Berry, and you're going to see how this will do a ton of damage to us, but we survive on 6. Amazing. We managed to live the hit, which is great. he does take Life Orb recoil. He's not getting the health back from terrain, which means he can go for extreme speed here, and we get another KO from Life Orb. So Bulu goes down, but it takes down the Rayquaza with it, which is amazing. In comes Dead Clefable, which is the Gengar here, and I go into my Umbreon, and he has to go for the Focus Blast. That's the only KOs me. He can't go for Dazzling Gleam. He goes for Focus Blast. He lands one, which means he has to land the next one here to get the KO on us because we are in range. Foul Play will not get the KO on the Gengar here. We are going to get HP back from the terrain, just like he will. And at this point in time, I don't have Protect. I'm going to go for the Foul Play here, and we can really nail this down. We can potentially win as we dodge the Focus Blast, and Foul Play comes out, and we get the KO. So that miss on the Foul Play was absolutely massive, as he ends up Curse Body us with our Foul Play. But it's okay. We're back to like 80% or 80 HP. We're at like 40% now, which is amazing. In comes Golbatman, and it's just like that. I think it's 2-2. He's got his Milotic, and he's got his Golbat left, which means if I can smack down the Golbat, then I can just go for a Pressure Blaze, and we can make it a nuke on the Milotic, which is fantastic. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the game ends here. Not here, but in 9 more minutes. Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth. I don't really get close to getting a KO on him. He doesn't get close to getting a KO on me. It just doesn't happen. And this game is going to end in a 2-2 game. But the winner of this game, as I'm going to speed it up, I'm just going to talk over it. You guys are going to have to see it's at point. It's at 5 times speed. It's just the way it is. The reason why I decided to do this was because I needed to make sure that differential was as low as possible. And timer stalling is not banned in this league. It's actually encouraged by Aaron, which is funny enough. But basically, I was actually playing the game with a way to actually win the game. I was playing the timer in a way to win in a game that I was down 5-3, 5-2. And here's the thing, it almost worked. We didn't get the win. We lost this game 2-2, but it almost worked. Had we had one more input, had we had one more turn, I actually would have won the game, because I was able to get my Groudon back to pretty much full. My Umbreon was at basically full, and then my Milotic was at like a bit of HP, and then his Golbat was in versus my Groudon. I clicked Smackdown as he ended up clicking, I think he clicked Toxic or something, and that would have meant that I would have had more HP than him, and we would have won the game. But it's not the case. We actually end up losing this game 2-2, which it's not the end of the world. I don't think my prep was as good as it could have been. I think I definitely messed up with my Groudon. I didn't take Infiltrator Crobat seriously enough. I didn't take the what is it called? I'm trying to think of the name of it. What is it called? What is the damn name of this Pokemon? The Milotics with the Flame Orb, as seriously as I should have, and because of that, we are going to lose this game. We do deserve the loss, which sucks. We are going to get outstalled here. I don't think he ever goes for Scald. I think he goes for Sludge Bomb maybe once or twice, and that's it. But I get stalled out by a Golbat and Milotic, which is one, like, obviously Milotic will stall us out, but a Golbat, goddamn, a Golbat, yeah. That's it for this battle, though. If you guys enjoyed this video, the stall, the 30 minutes of recording, my god. Yeah, it just make sure you like on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tons more content can come out because of the move to this new city. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And there's 1.5 minutes left, so I guess I'll stall for a little bit longer. But just let me know what your favorite stalling move is. Whether it's like a recovery move. Let's do that. Roost, Recover, Wish. What else is there? Morning Sun, Moonlight, you know, just stuff like that. Just let me know which one is your favorite below. But yeah, you're gonna see here he's at under half, and I guess I could slow it down, so I'll pause it, and we're at 20 seconds left. So I'm with my Groudon. We are back to pretty much full HP after catching the Wish. My Umbreon was at a large amount of HP, and we're gonna take this Wish back. You know what? Screw it. Times 2 speed. Yeah, the battle is over. Timer's run out, and that's it. So had we gone for the attack there, we could have actually done it, but it is what it is. Not the end of the world, but we don't get the win this week. We get a 2-2 loss. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to all the coaches in the BBL. And I'll see you all next week for our Week 5 battle, which goes up against Aaron, the commissioner of the BBL, which I'm also going to record right now. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you all next time.